So, remember when I said I was going to be forced to sell Gonzalo Guzman? Well, it's the 25th of October. He's still here. Nobody made a bid. We've had 11 games since we last met, and our finances are now starting to look like a bit of a mess. To the point that our financial status is now insecure because we're nearly £1 million in the red, and I don't know what more I can do to sort this out apart from getting rid of the highest paid players because they are taking up most of the wages and most of the money. But even if we did that, I don't think we could legitimately get away with this and get out of this because the players' wages are only taking up £81,000 of the £135,000 we're losing this month. Something that needs to be changed, and I kind of hope that the owners put some money into the club sooner rather than later. I don't think I can really sell any of these players when nobody's asking for their signatures, and I'm not going to get any funds for players who want to leave on a free transfer, it feels like. That being said, that's all the negativity I want to go over right now. Let's go with the games we've had since we last met. The first game we had was against Atletico San Lucano, and we were 1-0 up inside 25 seconds after Nestor's shot gets deflected into the back of his own net by a defender. We make it 2 with a penalty inside 9 minutes, so I'm delighted. And we make it 3-0 inside 22 minutes in the 22nd minute of the game, and I was honestly thinking, this is the best start ever. What are we doing? How are we doing as well? Turns out, we can throw away a 3-goal lead like it's nothing. We can see the goal inside 28 minutes. Ruiz gets too much time and space. We should have closed him down or blocked his shot off, but we didn't for whatever reason. They get a penalty themselves. They score it. And then they make it 3-3 3 minutes later. And I was a bit frustrated when I saw this go in, because Yunki scoring that goal told me that we cannot defend the lead to save our lives. And Nestor absolutely got destroyed in this game as well, inside the first 5 minutes. Yeah, Nestor did his critical ligaments in. That was not great. And given he's already a player that isn't very good at the moment, and he's only here for his personality, which I know is balanced, but his determination of 12, but his determination of 14 is important to me. I thought, well, we could at least use him. No, he's completely gone. The big matches thing is also a concern. So I was thinking he was going to retire. He's not retired. Turns out he's going to mentor the kids right now. But he's got between 4 to 7 months to come back. He might be back before the end of the season. But to lose him inside the first 5 minutes of a game to a serious injury was not ideal, to say the least. We then took on San Fernando and took the lead after Kevin Toner powers in ahead from a corner. Unfortunately, this happens, and it's inexcusable what Javi Sanchez does here. And yes, we got lucky that it hit the bar, but it was unlucky that Pau gets there anyway. So, clearly, we can't defend the lead right now. And with mistakes and howlers like that from Javi Sanchez, he's on thin ice right now for that performance. We then took on Almeria B and actually beat them 2-0, which is a bit of a surprise. Italiano finds Diego. He finds the back of the net with that effort. I don't think he can score from that range, but he does. And then we make it to late on. Cancelo finds Diego. He finds Lozano. Lozano finds the back of the net. And we know how good Lozano is at scoring these days. So a good performance here. And I'm delighted with the fact that we've beaten a big team to get our first win of the year. If only we beat the other 2 games we were leading in as well. We could have had 9 points for 9 so far if that wasn't the case. We then took on Linares and were 2-0 up after we scored the opening goal from this corner. Mato with the opening goal. And then we scored a second in the first half. Udinese finds Lozano. Lozano, easiest pass in the world to find Brian. He finds him. It's 2-0. And then we blew a 2-goal lead again. 3-0 lead, 1-0 lead, now 2-0 lead. We've blown them all. And this was embarrassing. David Alvarez gets too much time and space at the back post. And then they find another goal 6 minutes later. Maikan. You remember Maikan? Yeah, he found an assist to find Jeremy. He makes it 2-2. And I'm going to talk about Maikan because I love this guy from my Beograd save a few years ago. Remember this guy and how good he was for me in Serbia? Oh, good times. I hadn't realized he'd moved to Spain recently. but it turns out he's been in Spain for the last couple of years. He's only just been signed by a bigger tier club. He's been really good this year, 7 goals, 3 assists for Linares. Quite frankly, I'm happy he's in the division and I can see him again. I'm just not happy I'm taking him on. But still, we probably didn't deserve to win this game, though I am disappointed with the fact we blew a 2-goal lead once again. We then took a Portiano and they were down to 10 men inside 12 minutes and we took full advantage of it. Blasco finds Chen Ting. Chen Ting does that. Great finish from him. The Chinese youngster proving again that he's a good talent. We make it 2-0 inside the second half. Inside the first 36 seconds, Martin finds Guzman. Guzman finds his first goal of the year. A good finish. And then we make it 3. Just a few minutes later, it was a great game. Ruben plays it across to find Brian. Brian finds the back of the net, and surely we can't blow a 3-goal lead against 10 men. Thank God we can't, because I was starting to get frustrated with the amount of times we're blowing and throwing away the 3-goal leads. Yeah, I was frustrated with the fact we've been so poor with defending the league so far this year, but the fact we've won 2 games from 5 and have taken the lead in every single game so far, promising that we can take the lead. Not promising we can't defend half the leads, but hopefully we can start picking up some more wins. Or we could lose to Cadiz CF Marindillo by 2-0. Amigo scores again. That's the 3rd game in a row he scored against me, so that's a thing that's happening. And then they had a short corner. Quite frankly, I'm actually happy I'm seeing this short corner go in. It's just unfortunate that they score and that Amagro scores the 2nd goal of the game to make it 2-0 to win the game. So, first defeat of the year, hopefully first of not many defeats this year, as we look to try and get a top half finish again. I haven't forgotten the board want a top half finish. I'm going to try my absolute damnness to deliver that to them. We then go Recativo and drew 0-0. They were probably the better team in this game, if you look at the XG, but we survived, and we got to share the spoils. Their goalkeeper was the player of the match with a 7.4 rating. And that's a good sign for their point of view. I just don't want to be held to another draw. We've already drawn 4 times this season. We then took on Melilla and beat them 1-0 with a counter-attack effectively. Brian has the only goal of the game. And if you look at the stats after this game, oh boy, we got away with one here. We absolutely got away with one. No other game can I say we conceded an XG of 3.02 and still managed to win a match. But there you go. We did. And it happened. We get a win. Delightful stuff. We then took a Manta Real and we beat them 3-1. Brian getting assists here, finds Lozano. Lozano does what he does best apparently, and that's scoring a goal. We did consider the equaliser though, which really did raise some alarm bells, and I got very angry with the players. Mostly because of this howler. And, well, it was not a howler, but it was the fact that they allowed them to have a chance at all to shoot and score. Cobbo scoring. But then we equalised, well, and then we got a goal back and took the lead again immediately. Brian scoring here. Good goal. And we make it 3-1 before the end of the half because they kind of realised that I was very angry with them. Mato with this 3rd goal of the game to really secure all 3 points. I am happy. I don't like the fact it took me getting that angry with them to get the 2 goals, but we got the win either way. We then took on Recreativo Granada and beat them 5-3. This game was absolutely crazy, and we took the lead inside 2 minutes. A happy start to the day, and I thought, yes, we could do well. Then we concede a penalty, Salas scores it, so, okay, fine. Can we get a goal back and take the lead immediately? Apparently, yes, because Uriel does that. He loves those long-range efforts. We then make it 3 inside 31 minutes, 32 minutes. Because, of course, we can. Ruben finds Lozano. Lozano finds the back of the net. A happy day in the office so far. And then we make it 4-1 inside 37 minutes. Because suddenly, we figured out how to score. Lozano plays across to Brian. Brian finds the top corner. He's not missing that. And then we make it 5. In the second half, we get the ball back from their own move. And Lozano finds Guzman. Guzman makes it 5. And hopefully our defense can shore up and not do anything stupid. Well, it turns out it can't because we allowed a long range pass to go and find Salas. Salas plays it across. He finds his teammate and it's 5-2. And then they make it 5-3 from our own pass and another counter-attack because, of course, they can. Very disappointed with our defense here and Jacobo with the finish there. So I really wish we could stop conceding so many stupid goals, but at least we got 5 before this happened, so I guess there's a silver lining here, I suppose. We then took an Aguilas, and we beat them 4-2, and Lozano again, the opening goal there was a good sign. Really happy with how this game has gone, and really happy with how we've been performing so far. Brian actually gets injured in this move, and we score anyway. Lozano gets in second of the game, so Brian has to come off injured, which was concerning. And then they get a goal back, and Aguilas, I thought, no, sorry, we get the third goal. I genuinely forgot how that move happened, but Diego gets the goal from the bench, so happy days for him. They get a goal back from this corner, and we didn't defend it very well, so that's no surprise here. Then they score a penalty to make it 3-2. I get concerned, and then immediately we score from their kickoff, or from our kickoff, sorry, to make it 4. Mato finds Uya, and Uya does that again. It's another victory to our collection. It's 4-2, and Brian's hurt, and Vitellier also picks up a knock. That game just happened. Brian twisted his ankle while sprinting. Well, at least with Vitellier, he's only out for 3 to 4 days, so it's not the end of the world. We're coming in 5th place after 11 games, 6 wins, 4 draws, 1 defeat, so it could have been worse to say the least. And I'm happy we're doing this well so far, and that we've already built a 8-point gap over the bottom half of the table, and a 10-point gap over the relegation zone. So we feel better this year. We're only 4 points off top of the table, and no, we're not ready for the next level just yet, even if our finances need a lot of help. But the surprise MPV of the season so far has been this guy. Abraham has been so good this year, and I don't know why. But playing him as a box-to-box has really worked wonders, and you would not think this guy is that good. But he's got 2 goals, 4 assists, and a 7.41 average rating so far in his 11 matches for us. So clearly this guy has got some talent, and clearly he's been a missing piece to my team for a long time. He's a ball-winning midfielder, for goodness sake, and yet as a box-to-box, he's thriving. Absolutely thriving. And he's not even that good. Am I overpaying him? Maybe. But he's been so good, I had to reward him, really. You wouldn't think he'd be this good, considering he's inconsistent as well. Oh, Miguel Cancelo also now wants to leave on a free transfer, so slightly awkward. But we could try and get some money. We're not going to get any money from him either, because between him and Guzman, both saying they're leaving on a free transfer, they're just going to set any contract that comes their way in the January transfer window, so we're going to be losing them at some point. I now need to think, who can I replace both those players with? And can I just say their contracts are going to be not renewed? We're going to make room for the money that's going to come through sooner rather than later. At least the board are happy, and they're happy with my work with the race budget, and they're really happy with the fact that I'm playing possession football. Staying with the fans, they're also hoping that we can keep a better repetition than the Linares. And given that the Linares are only 1 point clear of us, we might be able to do that this year, but who knows. Either way though, what I'm going to do is end this here. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys will like and share this video, and that you subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a lot. But anyway, until next time, goodbye, and well, good night.